cringe video of Kamala Harris and Taraji P. Henson. Guys, you may have to, there should be some type of parental advisory over this. It is so weird and so rehearsed. It's so clearly rehearsed. I mean, it's
everything that Kamala does is cringe.
Yeah, this by far is the worst. And I mean, Taraji is supposed to be this, Academy Award winning actress. She did not earn anything in this. Take a look at this, guys. Oh, okay, I gotta stop it.
Oh my God.
I'm out here in these streets. Come on, girl. Stop. That's
what is HU? Is that Howard University supposedly?
Yes, Howard University is 2 HUs. It's the Howard University and Hampton University. And that is something they say. If you go to Howard, they say the real HU, but this is so, it's artificial. This is not real, but they're trying to play to a certain culture, to a certain part of the Black culture. This is sick. She sounds so annoying. I'm going to move on. I'm going to keep going.
How much?
So again, she said, as they say, they not like her. She's not even she don't even speak that way. She's talking about Kendrick Lamar. He just put out a new song, and it's called "They Not Like Us." Was this, refrain in the rap song, like this is what they're trying to play on, but it's not real. You can tell this is so fake. I would keep going. This is awful. But
there's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to there's a full-on attack.
I want to show you.
You're not like us.
Here we go.
No, Taraji.
All right, here we go. So that's what it was. I mean, Shelly, is this what Black people want to see? Is this what Black people want to hear?
Yeah, unfortunately, many of them do. Many of them who want to are Black women. So I have to say yes to that. That's number one. The word today is cringe. In my day, we would just call it stupid. It's stupid. It makes no sense. It's just goofy. So I don't even know. I can't even find a word for it except stupid. But again, there are some Black people, unfortunately, and not even just Black people, but there are some lefties, many lefties or liberals, if you want to, some in some instance, they will fall for this, or they will hang on to this. They will drip, if you will, salivate over something like this, and it's absolutely meaningless. They don't even know who they are. They not like us. Well, if you're talking about people like me, I say thank God that I'm not.
Yeah. And she talking about they not like us. You're not like us. We are the ones in the streets. This woman lives in a gated community. They probably both do. They have security. They have armed guards. They not like us. We the ones got to walk out here in the streets of Baltimore. You talking about in these streets, in the streets of Baltimore, risking ourselves, in life and limb and things like that going on, having to navigate this climate. We don't have armed guards. We don't have all this stuff. They do. Yana, what are your thoughts on this? Are people actually falling for this?
Unfortunately, I think some people will fall for this. This is like, to me, when I see this video, it looks like a soap opera, like the soap opera set, and very bad acting, just terrible. And it's very scripted, and they told them what to say, like they're not like us. And it's all like to just play on the strings of these masses of people of very low IQ. So it's almost like it's insulting to regular Americans, thinking, that they think that unfortunately some people will fall for it, but if they think that a lot of people will fall, or Black people will fall for it, that it's an insult, really.
It is.
Because they're showing that this is, and Kamala is fake in general. I think she's so fake because she doesn't believe anything that she says. Every time I hear her, it sounds like she doesn't believe herself. She's acting all the time, and she's not a good actress. She doesn't I mean, I don't think she even believes herself that she's black.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She doesn't. Let me tell you something. I mean, it's one thing to have grown up in this culture. Now, Taraji P. Henson, she grew up in this culture. Okay, so I could believe her. I just think they were, as we mentioned, reading a script, and it was poorly acted, poorly read. But all in all, she is, as they say, about that life. Okay, Kamala Harris is not. Is not. And you can clearly see it. And she continues to, wherever she goes, she tries to play. And I guess this is her role in the White House, to play to the Black community, I guess, because now she's like this ambassador for Black people all of a sudden. And they got her playing even in front. Remember when we posted the video of her in the front row at the Juneteenth event? She's dancing off beat. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. She goes to these locker rooms. There was another video. She was in a locker room at some event, and she's trying to, talk with the sports talk there, and she looked like a fool, a pure tea fool. This is not needed.
Every election, they pander and put out these same, if you will, tropes. They put out the same thing. These vague, scary boogeymen, but they don't even know what the issues really are, at least to really discuss and debate them. They don't know how to do that, but they do know how to demagogue and cause fear in much of their base so that they can continue to be empowered. That's all this is about. They don't give a damn. The same crime that Kamala was talking about just now. If you really look into it, people, if you believe Kamala, that they just not like us, go and look at who really puts forth these crime bills, if you want to call it, and these crime policies that don't keep violent criminals locked up, that allow them to roam the street, that don't take away the guns from the violent criminals because they let them go through the revolving door, and then they make excuses for them as why they're back and forth in jail, and then they have to have all these bubble wrap services. These are the people like Kamala and Taraji, like KJ said, they live in gated communities. Kamala Harris has 24/7 protection paid for by us.
Right. And they're talking about things like, our right to love who we love and to vote and to be safe from gun violence is on the line. So, and these are the people who are the most protected. So they're protected with guns, and she's pandering. She's just repeating. They're repeating the same talking points. The whole thing about voting, what vote? Who is stopping anyone from voting? It's ridiculous.
I know. And this is why people love Trump. This is why, because Trump is Trump 24/7, 365. When he first entered this race back in 2016, even when he was in the Republican primary, he was not kowtowing and things to, these establishment Republicans like Jeb Bush, like who's the guy from Texas? All those people who were in the primary who were slated to win. I can't even think of his name.
Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. All of these people, he was himself through and through. Same Trump from 2016 is the one we're seeing today. And people crave authenticity. And these Democrats just don't get it. We're tired of you being politician, changing who you are depending on the crowd. It's so old and phony, and it's unbelievable. And that's why people don't trust them. And they just don't get it. They really don't. All right. So speaking of that, we're moving along to another Taraji. So again, she was at the BET Awards. First of all, she is too old to be acting this way.
That's what I thought.
She is way too old for this. She does not have show any grace, any maturity. She's trying to hang with the young crowd, and she looks ridiculous.
I saw that opening, what is it, the pop out, whatever, the rap thing she did. It just she looked stupid. I'm just gonna keep saying stupid.
Yeah, I mean, she does. It's no other way to put it. She does.
No, I mean, like no class, no, no, I guess no graceful or grace about dignity. It's just, yeah.
And this is what's wrong with our culture anyway. I mean, she's not old, but
No.
I mean, the mature women just won't act their age. They always, it used to be a situation where when you got a certain age, you had confidence, you weren't acting thirsty. It was
you
like
had class. You learn to have class.
Here she is here acting a whole fool. Take a look at this. All right, we got to unpack what she said because most of everything, honestly, everything she said was misinformation lie. Misinformation lie.
What is it? Misinformation, disinformation, just straight up lying.
Right.
Just playing on emotions, nothing else.
Exactly.
She doesn't even know what she really is saying. If you asked her to name the 3 justices that she's alluding to, but I mean, what justices I didn't know there were 3 seats up for retirement or I didn't even know. What's she talking about?
I don't know. Her wig cap is too tight. First of all, the Supreme Court did not make it a crime to be homeless.
No, they did not.
Okay. In the case that she's referring to, the Johnson, the court held that it is not a violation of the 8th Amendment's prohibition on cruel and unusual punishment for local governments to simply enforce laws against sleeping or camping in public spaces.
Public.
Exactly.
Public spaces. Yeah, public. That's it. It's if anything, the Supreme Court upheld the right of the public to access public spaces. That's all they did. But I'll give you one thing. Think about this, Taraji, because they did not ban private spaces. You have a whole private gated community. Let them come and sleep on your lawn.
Exactly. And she talks about the next generation, how somehow it's in danger. First of all, with the rate of abortion in the Black community, that's where it is in danger. With the crime in the Black community, that's where it is in danger. With education failure in the Black community, that's where it is in danger. She's not talking about, I don't know, what is she referring to even, how what is she talking about? And then immediately after that, she talks about homelessness. So what the next generation is going to be homeless and then they have no place to sleep. Is that her concern?
Right. And not only that, but what's his name? Supreme Court Justice Gorsuch noted in his opinion, the majority opinion, that neither the court's ruling nor the law it was reviewing criminalized the mere status of being homeless. And I'm going to quote what he said. He says, rather than criminalize mere status, grants past forbids actions like occupying a campsite on public property for the purpose of maintaining a temporary place to live. Under the city's laws, it makes no difference whether the charged defendant is homeless, a backpacker on vacation passing through town, or a student who abandons his dorm room to camp out and protest on the lawn of a municipal building. So again, this ruling, if she must not have been in a city lately, because she would see that these people are peeing, pooping in front of small businesses in cities across the country. They're blocking doorways. Here in Baltimore, you can easily walk downtown Baltimore and step in human poop. You can.
Yeah. And we as taxpayers, we're paying for these public properties. I want to be able to go to a park and enjoy a park that I'm paying with my tax dollars and not be worried that there's going to be homeless, that there's going to be people who are doing drugs, or I don't know, that they have, I mean, unfortunately, they have mental problems. So they have to be removed so then they can search for a safer place for them and a safer place for everyone else.
Yeah, that's the key word, public. All of these celebrities and all of these people who want to make space, for the homeless, or what is it, the unhoused, they have private communities. They have gated lots. They have large compounds in Hollywood. Let them bring them in. You're not prevented from doing that on your own property. That's it.
And in fact, we have, like, we've always had good charitable organizations. Before the government steps in, people actually take more initiative to help the populations of people who need more support. So we shouldn't be putting the burden on everyone else to take care of it, but we need to have those philanthropists. We always historically had philanthropists who were providing housing for people, and it's available. The thing is that a lot of these homeless people, they choose to be on the street. They do not want to go into the facilities. So they choose to be there because, I don't know, they get fed there, or they just, I don't know why, but they have places to go.
Yeah, oh yeah. And there's been homeless people here that I've actually talked to in Baltimore, that businessmen, people who own business and entrepreneurs have tried to get some of these people off the streets, and they just don't want to do it. Some of them just like to live on the street. And not only that, as you mentioned, Shelly, too, these people with all this money, these millionaires, they have plenty of properties all over the country. If they want to house homeless, let them house them that way. But the crazy thing about this is this ruling was advocated by liberals as well. I mean, and that's what's so crazy about her long monologue over this. California Governor Gavin Newsom, for example, praised the decision as removing the legal ambiguities that have tied the hands of local officials for years and limited their ability to deliver on common sense measures to protect the safety and well-being of our communities. He is quoted as saying that. And the list goes on. I think San Francisco Mayor London noted.
Yeah, you know why? Because these are the places that are dealing with homelessness.
Yeah. San Francisco mayor says this will help our public spaces more effectively and efficiently.
Right.
The list goes on. So this was a bipartisan decision. It was something that was wanted by people on the left and right.
So it's just a talking point. She's just saying it to, again, just incite emotion.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then her AOC, they have been calling now to impeach the Supreme Court justices. And again, this was not an extreme ruling. It certainly didn't make crime to be homeless. It was actually a good thing for small business owners.
Right. One of the things these people don't understand on the left, and I would even say sometimes, not to a large degree, but sometimes people on the right, they don't understand that just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean it's illegal. It doesn't mean that it needs to be legislated either. And where the Constitution or the laws are not clear does not mean the default position is automatically criminal. So people don't understand that.
Yeah, you're right. And I hate to keep beating this drum as I usually do, but this is all part of communism, Marxism. And again, we told you guys in our last session or our last show, check out this 45 list of communist goals. They put this out back in the early 1940s. They put out their goals for America. And this is on number 22 on this list. It says to continue discrediting American culture by degrading all form of artistic expression. An American communist cell was told to eliminate all good sculpture from parks and buildings, substituting shapeless, awkward, and meaningless forms. And again, it goes along with the parks. They want to trash everything. They do not like beauty. They do not like cleanliness. They want this to be a place where vagabonds, homeless people, drugs like Kensington and Philly is scattered all over the place, making it ugly, dirty, and unusable.
And that makes sense. That it's like mixing the classes, so they don't want people to feel like there should be a division or any sort of standards to conduct. So they want to mix, everyone together. There's the homeless, there's the people who are doing drugs, all in the same place. And yeah, that definitely sounds like communism.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is their goal. It's their ultimate goal. As we mentioned in the last show, the Democrat Party has gone full commie. They have gone full
Yeah, they really
commie.
are.
They're not the party of our grandparents. No, it's not. And this is all by design. Again, I asked you guys to do a research on the 45 communist goals, and we are unfortunately right on schedule. Right on schedule.